Right.
Next on First News at 4, when you get sick, do you turn to the internet for medical advice? A new website may be the best place to get your questions answered by qualified doctors. All the details coming up in a live interview after the break. Something almost every parent has dealt with. It's midnight, your child is sick, and you don't know if you should take them to the ER. Well, there's a new website parents can turn to for advice. And joining me today are Nancy Manzo and Dr. Josh Buckler. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mary.
And the website that we're talking about is called avo.com, and it's Seattle-based with more than 16,000 participating doctors like Dr. Buckler. And they've just launched a new No Question Left Unanswered campaign. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. Avo's a website that's designed to connect consumers with physicians and dentists in an effort to allow them to ask questions to providers and also research who they're asking the questions of. We're living in an era where information is abundant, and knowing whether or not this information can be trusted or not is crucial. And Avo allows you to not only ask the questions of licensed providers, but then research who's actually answering this question and whether or not they've been helpful to other people.
You know, as you just mentioned, there are a lot of medical websites out there, and I'm just as guilty as the next person to go online and start Googling as soon as something, doesn't feel right. How do you know that the information that we're getting, though, is credible? What do we need to look out for?
Well, looking for people's training, looking for how they've answered questions in the past, what advice patients, such as Nancy and family members, have responded, in fact, to how that information they received was useful.
And Nancy, you're a mom and you use the site, is that right?
Right. I've used the site a lot recently. I'm a busy mom and I use the internet for everything. But when I had an issue with my father, I take care of not only my family but also my aging parents who live in Ohio. And when his doctor suggested he needed deep brain stimulation surgery, of course, I looked it up on the internet and I found lots of information, but when I wanted a credible, trusted site, I went to Avo. And I posed a question, and a neurologist answered my question, and I was able to look up his training. And when he told me that the Columbus, Ohio facility where my dad is going to have the surgery is the best in the country, it just made me feel so much better.
And so it's not just for parents. It really, if you have any question that has to deal with the body or anything like that, it's the website to turn to. How did you get involved, Dr. Buckler?
So I got involved. Patient education has been a big motive of mine in an effort to sort of educate my own patients and allow me to convey better health care to them. And so I got involved in an effort to put out information to my patients, and then it's expanded. We answer questions nationwide. And one of the things that always seems to come up routinely is that patients seem to have communication issues with their physicians, and they can openly ask questions on Avo where they don't feel intimidated. They can collect information, and that allows them to take that information forward when they go to visit their doctor. Doctor visit times continue to shrink, and in an effort to make that visit as worthwhile as possible, you want to have the information going forward that will provide you and the physician a good visit.
Communication is absolutely key for something like this. Nancy, did you find the website easy to use?
Oh, very. It was easy to log on, push a button, pose a question. And what Josh just said a minute ago, we had a 8-minute visit with my dad's neurologist, and in that 8 minutes we really were able to cover the questions that were most important to my family. So having done all the research and having posed a question on Avo and getting that background, that made our little 8-minute meeting much better and just much more confidence building in our family.
Sounds like a very, very helpful site. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
For more information, go to our website, KOMOnews.com, and click on KOMO 4 TV. A church